Workers are the unsung heroes of Nigeria's wealth creation. This is because Nigeria, a country rich in natural resources, is still ironically plagued by poverty and unemployment. Workers are undoubtedly the backbone of the economy. Despite this, workers' role in wealth creation is sometimes underestimated. However, experts and trade union leaders are emphatic that it is crucial to recognize the significance of workers in generating wealth. By empowering workers, Nigeria, they noted, can unlock its economic potential and create more prosperous future for its citizens by recognition of its workforce and empowering people across the value chains. Welcome to 30 Minutes on NTA News 24. Yes, we're beaming our lights on the Nigerian worker. I am Lydia Sampson. The first report by Ibrahim Bello Gunda is providing a historical background on why Labor Day, also known as International Workers' Day, stands as a tribute to the dedication and resilience of the global workforce. Is the workers' take-home pay able to take them home in today's reality? Ibrahim Bello Gunda, your time starts now.
International Labor Day, also known as Workers' Day, is celebrated every May 1st. It is dedicated to honoring the contributions of working people in industries across the various value chains. It is not only just about celebrating hard work, but also geared towards empowering workers to be aware of their rights. The origin of International Labor Day can be traced to the late 19th century labor movement in the United States, with a specific date of May 1st chosen to commemorate a nationwide strike for an 8-hour workday that commenced on that day in 1886. The pivotal event, however, culminated in the Haymarket Affair in Chicago, a regrettable incident where a labor protest had then escalated into violence. A bomb explosion resulted in the loss of life of 7 police officers and 4 civilians. In Nigeria, it is important to remember and honor the contribution and sacrifice of workers who had fought for the rights and dignity of all workers, thus still doing the same with renewed commitment to the ongoing struggle for workers' rights and working together to address the challenges and injustice that still exist in some workplaces.
The trade union movement has been part of the struggle to improve the condition of workers in the workplace. But not only that, has been part of the struggle, first for independence and also for national development. Michael Imodu, was the #1 labor man, and he was the one that the Labour Institute in Ilorin, is named after. He was not just a trade unionist who fought for the rights of workers in the railway sector, but he was also a member of the First Nationalist Party, the NCNC, and he was on the Executive Council. He was among those people who engaged with the British for the independence of Nigeria.
When you look at Abubakar Remi in the 80s and in the 81, at that time in Kano, it was just a public holiday. And then he was a governor under People Redemption Party. They come up with that struggle that there's need to celebrate this day. So that is an history that spanned over the years, and that makes Nigerian government today to join the League of Committee of Nations, over 160 all over the world. So it was an initiative created by one man who sees the need to also evaluate and celebrate the worker, to move it to the nation, and the country, Nigerian government accepted it.
We need to celebrate the legacies of our past leaders. It's a reminder that the journey we started some years ago, some people are still alive, continuing the struggle. Labour square up to all anti-people policies of government. And again, if not for the role of Frank Kokori of blessed memory, a reputable Labour leader, we may not be talking about democracy after the annulment of June 12 election. So for us, it's a celebration of our achievement. It's a reminder for us to do more, and it's a way of drawing the attention of employers of labor to the plight of Nigerian working populace.
Labor Day was first celebrated in Nigeria in 1980 after the military government of General Olusegun Obasanjo declared it a public holiday. Over the years, Nigerian workers have fought for and won many battles. In 2024, it is all about ensuring safety and health at work in a changing climate, emphasizing putting people, or should I say workers, first.
When you look at the components of the factors of production, the people, played a very critical role, and people form the workforce. Without the people, there is no workforce, and without the people, not even a country, because it will only be just a geographical expression. But with the people force, it therefore means that you have paid premium to those who have toiled day and night to ensure that the country strive in terms of productivity, meeting the needs, meeting the demand, in terms of economic social welfare. The people first. The people first become very fundamental, because even at the home front, if you consider your home, you have the tendencies of coming to put in your best in the world of work. So that theme was called because of the convinced that they should not ignore the fact that technology is there, but then the people are the one that manipulates the technology to give them the best. So people first is a fantastic theme for this year 2024 May Day celebration.
Of all the factors of development, factors of production, whether land, capital, entrepreneurship, the most important is human resource. Development should not just be the end, of nation building, but it should also be the means. People should be at the center of development, and I'm happy that Labour has tried to do that. And when you put people first, then you have people-friendly policies. You make sure you create jobs. You don't have policies that will fuel inflation, that will improve. Fuel cost of living. So people's first is the survival of the people. In fact, you put policies that will eradicate poverty.
If the worker is well taken care of, families, Nigerian families, will be well taken care of. And if Nigerian families are well taken care of, then you now know that the country is stable, the country will progress, and the country will be productive.
For stakeholders, the day reiterates the need to emphasize the right to form labor unions and bargain collectively, the right to a safe living wage, the right to a social security, gender equality, and job security, especially in private sector, among others.
No, I think the process has been quite robust. It's like chicken and egg debate, which one comes first. Living pay or living productivity. I think they go hand in hand. There cannot be sustainable pay without sustainable productivity. And there can't be sustainable productivity if workers are not well paid.
That you need to look at the job creation. You need to look at the workers' welfare, working conditions. You need to also look at the social protection of the workers, both the family and even the work. And you need to also look at the social dialogue. So it's very important element as far as decent work is concerned.
In the past, workers were working like slaves. Workers were working like slaves. You come to work, you don't know where you close. You can come in the morning, you stay there until night. And so the workers felt that you cannot keep workers perpetually in the office. And so the agitation for 8 hours of work came to be. And that is why we are enjoying it even in Nigeria today, that at the end of 8 hours a day, you know that you are done with the job for that day.
Nigerian workers are the engine for the progress of our country. Nigerian workers play a very significant role in building a nation. Apart from the work they offer, they keep families, they sustain families, they develop families that become a country or a Nigerian population. And therefore, the welfare, progress, and the future of the Nigerian worker is the future of our country. If the Nigerian worker is doing well, the country will be doing well, economically, morally, mentally, and otherwise.
Since the essence of Labor Day lies in prioritizing the well-being of workers, how has the struggle been in Nigeria and the impact in ensuring challenges are resolved for the good of workers and the country?
When I was in textile, when textile was textile, unions have played a lot of role, to make sure that we had, the largest textile mill in Africa, sector in Africa. Now unions can also play similar role to bring back the industries. Most of them that have closed down, but industry won't come back if there is no electricity. Industry will not come back if we don't have a proper industrial policy, and this is where both government and labor should engage together to have partnership in job creation.
The common slogan among labor unionists are labor rights are human rights, workers are free people of the world. These underscore the need for unity to improve the lives of employees as a true testament to the value placed on the workforce, who, against all odds, have continued working come rain, come sunshine to create wealth and enshrine productivity, even when in most cases their take home pay can no longer take them home in the wake of the realities of today.
Thank you, Ibrahim Belogunda. Indeed, without motivated, skilled and dedicated workers, businesses cannot thrive and economic growth is hindered. Let's take our next report by Thomas Ogbetere as the world commemorates Labor Day. What policies are in place to reaffirm commitment to valuing and supporting individuals whose hard work drives societies forward? How can government, society at large ensure that the rights and dignity of every worker is upheld in line with putting the people first? Let me not preempt Thomas' findings. It's over to you.
On May 1, the world celebrated Labor Day, a day dedicated to remembering the ongoing fight against social inequality, especially in workplaces. This year, amidst the celebrations, Nigerian workers reflected on the importance of solidarity among workers worldwide, especially in Nigeria.
Workers of this country, as you are aware, the two labor centers and the country are part of the International Labour Organization, and there are a lot of conventions in that respect in the issue of inequality. So I believe the leadership of the two labor centers are doing their best to ensure the issue of inequality in the country was addressed, and I believe we will continue in that direction. We held a lecture, a pre-May Day lecture, I think precisely on Monday the 30th of April this year, where the president of the National Industrial Court, President Benedict, was in the Labour House to deliver a lecture on labor laws. And part of his addresses, or part of the presentations, is some of the issues that Nigeria was queried that did not address the will of the workers, which was a ratification of the ILO. And I believe the issue of inequality, the issue of union interventions in union activities were part of that. So I think we are moving somewhere.
The worker should be seen as deserving nothing but the best, because it's doing service to humanity. Then, looking at issue about solidarity, of course, in labor we believe so much in solidarity. And what is solidarity all about? It has to do with unity of purpose of individuals of a particular group with common interest, with agreement, with understanding, with awareness, and with honestly psychological feeling of accepting the objective of that group.
The recent pronouncement by government on the adjustment in the salary structure of some civil servants was a significant topic of discussion. Many workers expressed hope that the implementation of the new wage will positively impact them and their colleagues. They believed that it could help address the rising cost of living and economic challenges faced by workers in the country.
The day is very important to every worker of this country. So nevertheless, we celebrate the day with happiness and joy, and at the same time with high expectation from government, especially in terms of the situation we found ourselves of the economic challenges. and the high cost of living the workers of this country are facing, ranging from the policies of government, the issue of removal of fuel subsidy, and the recent increase on electricity tariff with low pay, and with the ongoing negotiation on new national minimum wage, which was not completed. So the workers of this country are expecting the government to have a pronouncement that will relieve the situation. But unfortunately, as I said earlier, the minimum wage negotiation is ongoing. It was not completed. So that is why there is no any meaningful pronouncement from government.
The former government of transition, that is government of Muhammadu Buhari, had a plan to remove subsidies of the fuel. And in the magnitude of that government, they foresee the hardship that could translate to general people. So on their own, they made declaration in May last year, a review of the salary structure by 25, generally, in anticipation of this hardship that will come, eventually, if that is done. So that was done, the declaration was made, and some core civil servers benefited such increment. Few among us that are on special skills could not benefit it as early at that time. So that led to agitation by such people on the special service scale. For instance, the medical people in medical Ministry of Health just got our own last 2 months or 3 months ago. So there are similar organizations that have special service scales who could not benefit it then. So this declaration of 25-30 increment is for those people that have not enjoyed that review earlier. It's for those who have not just. So it's just to take care of everybody that is affected, instead of allowing everybody to come individually to fight for that. So as far as concerned, it is that review that such ministry of parastatals are benefiting. There's not any link with the minimum wage that we are agitating for. And to back it up, so we're expecting the declaration of minimum wage yesterday. The Minister of Labour did clarify this issue. She did not mention that again because she shall mention it again that there's a already increment of 25%, 30% related to the minimum wage. Rather, she told us that the ongoing minimum wage that we are working on will commence from yesterday. That shows distinct difference between what that announcement is and what we're expecting. So for any reasonable person to know that that's not linked to that. So it's unfortunate we have seen many media stations that the government have decreased this and that. There's no any increment. And there's no confusion here. Because the Minister of Labour yesterday has stated clearly that the minimum wage we're expecting will come very soon. But whatever number is that, will take effect from the 1st of May.
However, some workers raised concerns about the effectiveness of the new wage. They questioned whether it will truly improve their standard of living or make any difference at all. Despite these concerns, many workers also remained optimistic, hoping that the new salary structure will lead to a better quality of life for them and their families.
If everybody is assured that what he's taking is enough for him to take care of his children's school, take care of his medical needs, take care of the water and supply needs. If that is met, then everybody will have full concentration on the particular job specifically given to him. But unfortunately, is that it's not even increasing the amount furthermore. If government can make school at a cheaper rate for us, give us the necessary light at cheaper rate, give us water at cheaper rate, school at medical needs at cheaper rate, you may not even necessarily need increment of salary.
The workers of this country have a lot of expectations and they go home demoralized. Part of the statement of the two labor centers is that this issue of the ongoing minimum wage negotiation should be completed on or before the end of this month, May. And
it's because everybody became expectant that on the Workers' Day, May Day, that there will be that pronouncement. But unfortunately, the negotiation has not been concluded. And so far as it has not been concluded, no pronouncement will be made because it requires the parties to come together to objectively look at the real economic realities of today.
Ensuring the rights and dignity of every worker, both the government and private employers, labor unions, and civil society must play crucial roles. It is essential for government to enact and enforce laws that protect workers' safety, ensure justice, and promote their welfare. Additionally, society must support initiatives that uphold the rights and dignity of workers, including promoting a healthy work-life balance.
So in as much as government want productivity from the workers, I think their right, their welfare, their conducive atmosphere and social justice must be maintained.
The right of workers is obviously clear because there's no any appointment made without a clear engagement rules. Ethics between employee and employers are clearly defined. So it's simple for the employers, either government or private sector, to adhere strictly on those structures and the terms and conditions of services. If I understand that, you have to take care of the rights, because nobody will ask anything outside his own agreement. Everything workers ask, they're asking based on the contract you have between you, the employer, and employee. So I will encourage government and the private sectors, or employers generally, to adhere strictly on the terms and conditions of employment that enter into between them and the employees. If that is done, naturally, the rights are taken care of.
For vulnerable workers such as breastfeeding mothers and the physically challenged, special measures should be put in place to ensure they are able to assess and balance their work responsibility with their caregiving duties without discrimination. This could include providing flexible working arrangements or childcare support, as well as specific consideration for the physically challenged as at when due.
When you talk about breastfeeding, it is very important for me to emphasize on exclusive breastfeeding. Because of the practice of exclusive breastfeeding, which World Health Organization has already established and is being practiced, any worker at that category should have at least 1 hour break anywhere he or she is working. And of course, there should be a place that is properly prepared for such, so that when the mother is on break, he will go to that room that is carefully furnished and then breastfeed the baby. Now, talking about those in vulnerable group, vulnerability has to do with challenge of an individual. It may be a form of handicap, it may be a kind of workplace challenges. Let me give, for instance, those that work in very distant places, not in the city, so to say.
Labor Day celebration always serve as a reminder of the ongoing fight against social inequality, highlighting the importance of solidarity among workers worldwide. As Nigeria continues to strive for a better future for its workers, it is crucial for both the government and the society to work together to ensure the rights and dignity of every worker. Therefore, deepening the slogan, "There is dignity in service."
Thank you, Thomas. The symbiotic relationship between labor and wealth creation underscores the transformative power of human effort in driving productivity, innovation, and economic growth. Fair compensation for labor, experts reiterate, not only fosters economic stability but also fuels long-term prosperity. Additionally, ensuring living wages and better working conditions can boost morale and motivation, leading to increased job satisfaction and retention. On this edition of 30 Minutes, we salute you, the Nigerian workers. Let's keep the date next week, same time, same station. Thanks for watching. I'm Lydia Sams.